Hello there, Stronghold Definitive Edition launches next week. Woo! And I'm here today to discuss our post-release plans for the game. Now, before we continue, I'd just like to discuss a few updates and changes we've made to the game since our 2 public demos. As a direct result of the thousands upon thousands of you who have left us feedback using the in-game form, we have doubled troop limits, increasing the number of units and buildings in the game. We have also added rally points for individual units from the barracks and rotating gatehouses. That's right, just hit tab and all your dreams come true. And before we continue, allow me to address the elephant in the room. And no, I do not mean Sir William back there. The Scribe, also known as the Advisor's redesign, has been a hot topic within the Stronghold community since our reveal, and I am pleased to say we'll be including a upscaled version of the original Advisor as an option at launch. The original model sadly wasn't retrievable when developing DE due to an old plugin no longer working, so when we tried to export the original Scribe's model, well, maybe it's just better if I show you? In response to this, we went with our redesign to match the improved user interface and all the 4K goodness there, but we're happy to meet you halfway, so we'll be including an upscaled version of the classic Scribe as an option in the game settings. Speaking of additional features, we can also confirm that player colors will be selectable in single and multiplayer. And just FYI, I'm a fan of teal myself as my team color. I can also confirm as well that we will be adding auto trading to the game. A classic feature introduced in later titles in the series, auto trading works exactly as it did in previous Stronghold games, and you can even turn it off in multiplayer if you're a Stronghold 1 purist, which I can respect. So with those community requested updates out of the way, let's talk about what comes next for Stronghold DE. At this point in development, our wishlist numbers and general positivity within the Stronghold community about DE is giving us the confidence we need to commit to post-release updates for the game. That's right, just as we did with Stronghold Warlords, we'll be updating DE post-launch with new content. However, unlike Warlords, we're telling you right now. We're doing this ahead of launch to be completely transparent, so that you know exactly what's coming when deciding whether to pick up Stronghold DE at launch on November 7th. Something we did that was really positively received on Warlords was to release paid DLC alongside nice chunky free updates. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing on DE. So in addition to any minor updates, feature additions and fixes that come out, we have 2 major updates planned in the form of the winter and spring updates. Both coming next year, each update will include a set of completely free content for all players alongside a cheap paid DLC to bulk out our single player content if you're still hungry for more after launch. So let's talk about our plans for free updates which will release at the same time as each of our 2 paid DLCs. First up, we have an entirely new economic campaign. Yes, that's right, we are adding new missions where the name of the game is farming, tree cutting, and gold production. This should, of course, help you unwind a little bit after you've tackled the Definitive Edition's challenging new military campaign. Featuring a new story designed by series creator Simon Bradbury, we are super excited to be planning new economic single-player content for release next year. Set after the events of Stronghold 1, this new campaign will involve the work of rebuilding a kingdom nearly shattered by the warring exploits of the rat, snake, pig, and wolf. Narrated by OG Stronghold voice actor Jay Simon, you will travel north to restore peace and order to homelands ravaged by the conflict of the military campaigns over the course of 7 new missions. I personally love the economic gameplay, shout out to Economic War in Stronghold Legends, found in these campaigns as it really focuses on the castle economy, which is the absolute beating heart of the series. Our next update will come in the spring and includes a second castle trail, which will feature a greatest hits mix of old and new historical castles to besiege and defend, depending on how aggressive you're feeling. As with the base game Castle Trail, we're looking at including at least 10 historical castles, and for the first time ever, including Polish castles in the game. A fan of the series mentioned this embarrassing oversight to me at Gamescom, the fact that we never included a Polish castle in the series, so we're making it right. I can't say which castles will be on our second trail, but I will say that fans of the beautiful Molebook Stronghold can rest easy. Releasing alongside the winter and spring updates will be 2 separate paid DLCs costing $3, £2.50 and €3 for our friends in the EU. And man, I miss that place. These DLCs will come in the form of 2 new military campaigns, offering 7 missions each and fresh spins on traditional Stronghold gameplay by incorporating new map editor features and designs from our 20-year legacy. As you can probably guess from their titles, the Swine's Bay and Valley of the Wolf campaigns will feature the return of popular series antagonists the Pig and the Wolf. Just as you did battle with the Rat and the Snake across 14 missions in the base game, here you will round off that evil quartet of villains. Leading directly on from the 14 missions included in the DE base game, you can certainly expect the difficulty to scale up and offer you a true challenge.
Time to say your prayers.
Expect to pull out all the stops as you face off against our most challenging campaigns yet. Designed by Stronghold veterans, for Stronghold veterans. And worry not, if you're a casual like me, I have personally made sure there's an easy mode so that people like us can actually play and finish it. Thank you again for your support, which is allowing us to continue with development on Stronghold DE after release. When we revealed DE, we didn't really know what to expect. We'd put a lot of effort into the project and, we'd done our homework, but the positivity was overwhelming and we want to live up to that with this game and future Stronghold titles. This video is not an exhaustive list of everything we will add to DE or indeed our aspiration for future games in the series. There will be the usual minor fixes and features added post-release, and we're also keeping an open mind towards pretty much everything you've mentioned so far. Ultimately, the longer we work on projects like DE, the more viable these things become, and even if we can't do everything at launch, it's always great feedback for future games and updates. For now, we hope you're excited as we are about the release of Stronghold Definitive Edition next week, and that you will join us for the launch on November 7th. If you haven't already, be sure to wishlist the game on Steam to be notified of any launch discounts, and of course, subscribe here on YouTube to Firefly Studios for more Stronghold DE and Stronghold Unreal updates.